And welcome back here to Coach's Corner. On our second segment today, we're going to be talking with head volleyball coach here in Artesia, Coach Stacy Gowan. And Coach Gowan, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
It's always nice to see your smiling face.
Oh, well, thank you.
You always bring the same personality with you wherever you go. You smile and have a good time, and except when you ladies get behind 3-0.
Yes, when we should be winning.
Well, let's go back and talk a little bit. It's been a while since you've been here, first of the year, and you've played several tough volleyball matches, and I know you took one big trip down to Las Cruces. Tell us about that tournament down there.
We got to go over to Las Cruces. We won our pool that Friday morning, and we got to play Carlsbad, which we'd already played Carlsbad, but they had great athletes, and they play well, in Carlsbad. So we won in 4, and it was kind of the same outcome as when we played them at their place the week before. We fell short the second game. They have a tough serving game, and we didn't pass the ball well. And then I think the score was 25-22. And then the third and fourth game, we passed the ball better and served them a little bit more aggressive, and won in 4. And then the second day, we got to play Gadsden, which was ranked number 1 at the time for 5A, and we lost in 4. But we competed hard. It was a great game for us. It was our only loss this season so far, and but it was, great ball game, great ball club. And then we got to play El Paso High for I guess it would be third place for that tournament, and we won in 5. El Paso High is a great volleyball team. They've
always had tradition.
Yes, and El Paso teams are good. They play year round, most of them, and so we won in 5, and both teams had to play back to back, and it was a great win for us, a great win for our program. So they're probably one of the best teams that we beat all season. So we ended up being third in that tournament, which is the best we've ever done.
Well, there's 16 teams in the tournament, so
yes, sir.
When you take home third place, that's a great showing for your young girls. And we forget how young your girls still are.
Yes.
As Alexis has come up as a freshman and fit right in with the young girls that you had as freshmen last year, who are now sophomores, and the sophomores who are now juniors. And you have some good, strong senior leadership. Tell us about your seniors.
JD Madrid is our outside hitter. She's a senior for us, and she's played 3 years of varsity ball for us, and great leader. She battles with a lot of things physically. She has arthritis as a teenager. So when you are diagnosed as a teenager with arthritis and you can play as well as JD Madrid, she does great things for us. And she's also one of our team captains. And I can't brag enough about JD. We give each other a hard time because I ride her pretty hard as a senior, and but she does great things for us. She jumps well as a kid with arthritis too, and leads us well. But then we have 2 other seniors, Gabby Corona, which is our libero. Gabby has improved greatly this year, and she has earned that libero jersey. And last night, I thought she was probably one of our best passers in the game. And then Hima Cardenas is another DS for us, and also passes the ball well for us. But right now, JD is the senior leader right now I have on the floor, and does a great job.
Well, I know that libero job is a tough one because you get called upon to come in on a moment's notice, don't you?
Yes, and we want to get to where she's playing 6 rotations, and little by little she's earned that right to be in their 6 rotations, and hopefully she gets to keep it. And she works hard. Like we said, Gabby, is a kid who played a little bit for us last year off and on, and but.
She's a tiny little thing, but she's got a lot of hustle.
Tiny, yes. And she has a big voice. We just want her to use it more now on the court. And so she also sings the national anthem every time we have a home game. And great. All 3 of those seniors, great kids. And they're going to do great things. And they may not go on and play college ball or anything like that, but they're going to be great ladies and wives and moms someday.
Well, what about your juniors?
We have 4 juniors. We have Hannah Blue, which is a team captain for us too. She's an outside hitter. We have Jenna Elkins, which is a middle for us.
She has really improved her aggressiveness as far as I can see this year.
Jenna?
Yes.
Yes. And also when you're a freshman to a sophomore, and let's face it, all of my little girls are skinny as they can be, and Jenna has really improved on her physical ability and does a great job for us. And she, plays middle, and she, as you can see on the stats, she's one of our leading kills.
Sure.
And one of our key players. People who scout us should scout Jenna Elkins. But and then we have another junior, Kelly Richards, who plays the right side for us, and another junior, Courtney Calloway, which is a DS for us.
Well, I know all 4 of those girls played an important role throughout the year in your team, but I know we'll talk about the Lovington game a little bit more, but last night I saw those 2 come in and really contribute to the win.
Oh, yes. And, everyone does something to, contribute, but Hannah Blue and Jenna Elkins, they can put balls away. And if you can't put balls away, then you can't score. So they both serve aggressive for us, and they both put balls away. And so, I'm very pleased on how those 2 are playing. And
then you had some really good freshmen last year that have continued on to play well and improved that are now sophomores.
Yeah, Amy Horner and Brittany Burgess. And Amy Horner is a setter for us, and she, also hits the ball well. And last year we didn't have her hitting the ball as much as she is this year, and she is greatly, she's a key role for us. Last night we pulled her out of setting and just had her hitting, and she led our team in kills. Mm-hmm. And then Brittany Burgess, a great middle and fast. I don't think there might be another faster middle in the state of New Mexico. She can get off that net and get back on quicker than anybody, and she transitions very well.
Extremely well, too.
Yes, and you can put a ball, up there, and she can out-jump anybody. So she's done great things for us this year.
And then your one freshman that's really come along for you.
Alexis Aguirre, and she is not a typical freshman. She has no fear, and she can, just last night, we put her in for 6 rotations and didn't bat an eye, and she's tough, mentally tough.
That second game last night, it was her service points that really brought it
helped
on.
us, yeah.
And we were setting an unusual vantage point there in Lovington last night, where we're setting up above the court, and we could actually see as the ball was served toward us. Gina and I were setting up there, and that ball has so much overspin that it looks like it's going to come right to the girl that's going to pick it up, and then at the last moment it's kind of like a drop ball, and she has to dive out there to try to get it. But as you said, as a freshman with that good of a jump serve, she's just outstanding.
Yeah, she's going to keep. She leads our team. Her and JD both lead our team, and I think they're tied right now in aces. And JD has a more of a serve where we can move it around and stuff. And Alexis, we let her just top spin that ball over the net, and the very first game of the season against Lovington, I think she had 10 aces. So, tough serve. And, we're not serving the ball as consistent as we want to be right now, but we want to serve aggressive. We went into the locker room last night and said, do we want to be a team that just says get it over the net? And that's not going to win us a state championship.
Well, speaking of that game, let's talk about it for a moment, Coach. You didn't get started real well in either of the 3 games, fell behind. But I think it's a show of confidence, or maybe the ability of your girls to say, hey, we can come back. And I know those are kind of frustrating games since you beat them so easily in that first game, but they have some pretty good athletes.
Oh, Lovington always has great athletes. And, greatly improved from the first game that we played them. The thing is that we, as a team, we want to play our game. And whoever we step on the court with, we want to be able to play the level that we can play.
Sure.
And last night, it's a win for us, and in Lovington is always a good win, for us. But in the same breath, we weren't passing the ball like we needed to be, and we didn't serve the ball like we needed to be. And so we fell short on our goals personally going into the game. And but it's something else to work on. We're not going to be perfect, and we don't want to be perfect right now in the middle of the season. And we just want to get better before we get to district play and before we face the state championship.
Well, I'm sure when the season started, if at this point in the season you could be 8-1, you would have taken it.
Oh, yeah, so I would have taken it any day. I would have taken an 0-20 season, too.
Well, Coach, we don't talk about those days.
Yes, no.
No, that was ages ago.
But we remember those days
because remember where
no
you
one
came
ever
from.
took it. Yeah, no one ever took it easy on us.
That's right.
So that's what we tell those girls.
Exactly. Well, Coach, you've got a big game coming up this Tuesday.
Yes, this Tuesday we have a home game against Carlsbad. Before that, though, tomorrow we go to Rio Rancho and we play the #1 seed Rio Rancho.
Well, wonderful.
And Espanola dropped us this year, and so we were 1 game short, and Rio Rancho ended up being 1 game short, and we head to Rio Rancho Friday and Saturday for a tournament. So they said, well, why don't we just play a game Thursday night? So we get to face the #1 5A team, the big dogs, I guess, over there in Rio Rancho in Thursday night.
Well, go play them at their home place.
Yes, we
Beat
are.
them at their home place.
I hope so. I hope the thing we want to compete, and we want to play teams that will compete with us and
Sure.
make us compete. So we're excited about it. We're excited about this weekend.
Well, good luck there, and we invite everybody to come out Tuesday, and let's fill the pit up.
Yeah,
And make some
against
noise
Carlsbad.
as we play Carlsbad. You
I
bet.
know.
Well, good luck over the weekend, and good luck in Carlsbad. And we'll talk to you a little later on in the season, see how things are going. But we do appreciate you coming by and talking to us.
I appreciate y'all.
And you're always, as I said, I remember back in the old days, you were just as smiley. Maybe it was a little more forced back then.
Yes.
But you have the same personality, and you and your coaching staff have done a great job. And again, we congratulate you and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, I'll just about wrap it up for Coach's Corner on this edition. I'm Jim Wilburn. Thanks for being with us. And as always, you be a good sport.